Hey everyone, thank you for coming back for this next video. Nice beautiful day out. Thank you for taking the time out to check out the channel. If you haven't, hit that like button and subscribe, share this video, turn on the notification to this video, and we'll be getting rolling with it here shortly. So in this video, what we're going to be doing is just discussing another Kevin Samuels video. Let me let you know my input on it based off of my life. Purpose behind this is to help some of you all understand that Mr. Samuels isn't the only one who believes in some of the things he believes. There are going to be some things that I disagree with, but still yet we're going towards the same direction and the same goal with being men and living the best lives that we can as men and help raising young men to just do better. So this video is titled, He Stole My Youth. We're going to jump right into it.
I have a question to be on here. Hello?
Hi, sorry, I'm in shock that you answered.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
First name?
Sarah?
Daryl. All right. So
Yeah.
what are we talking about? Are you a high demand woman?
I mean, that's not for me to judge. Beauty's in the eyes of the
All right. Well, what do you think you are?
beholder.
Well, yeah, of course it's not for you to judge, but, you know, just like it's not for a man to determine whether or not he's a high value man, but he knows where he is on his way to and what he wants to be. Where would you say you're at in this whole thing?
So I'm currently in a relationship, and I mean, I guess according to your standards, my man is a highly, what do you call it, a high demand man or whatever. You know, you talk about like
She doesn't
Well,
watch. Probably
high
not going to go
value
to
man.
best.
Yeah, he's one of those. But I didn't even consider him as that until, you know, I started to listen to you, and then I learned like what exactly makes a man high value in accordance to what you would say.
How long have you been in a relationship?
All right, so first off, show some respect to the daggone platform. She get on here, hair's all up. She worried about getting her hair. She's talking. She's trying to get the hair together. Going to get it a little bit. And she's fumbling through daggone questions. She doesn't know what a high earner is or a high demand man is. Doesn't know what her standards are. I mean, be ready. Daggone. Show some respect.
This was our second Valentine's that we celebrated together.
2 years.
So that means what?
2 years.
I personally, she says she's 26. I think she says she's 26. My daughter, I wouldn't be recommending her dating 2 years without a commitment. And as far as a commitment, I mean, dating is nothing but no commitment. An engagement ring with the expectation of getting married shortly. And I feel like that is definitely needs to be a priority. Not no 6-year engagement, not a 5-year. Hey, we've been dating for 2 years. We were engaged for 5, and this. No.
Ladies, err on the side of just being simple. 2 years. Are y'all getting married?
Yeah.
No?
Literally. So that's what
You
we
say
talk
no?
about.
You say no?
No, I said literally, that's all that we talk about. You know, he says that he has plans, and I've expressed to him what I desire, and he
But
says
I want to be clear. Did you say yes we are or no we're not?
we are planning to get married.
See, people plan for a long time. This is what happens. You run the risk. Keep planning until you're 30. So plan till you're 30. And let this man be a full high income earner at 30. And the drama that's going to have entailed in that marriage, any issues, let there be any hiccups. And then the 23 or 24-year-old version of no drama you shows up, you will be in a bad spot. Don't keep planning. So one thing I'm going to tell my daughter, get in there. If you can secure your marriage and make your expectations known, date with purpose. Or don't date at all. And don't date at all is not the option that I'm giving. That's just saying this. If you date know that you don't date at all, get you a high income skill to where you can afford to live by yourself. And at 65 years old, you can afford your retirement. But prior to that, get in a relationship, get committed, get married. Don't be dating for years.
You have any children?
No.
When are you guys planning to get married?
So I kind of have a timeline of like, 2 years I feel like is enough time for the relationship to move into marriage. So, I mean, I'm hoping
2 more
to. I'm not
years?
the one that gets down on my knees.
2 more years?
She's right on that. Men control marriage. Women control sex.
No, I say 2 years period. I feel like is enough time to determine
Okay.
whether you want to marry someone or not.
Okay. And then what?
And then you build a family, you build a life together. But I have a question for you.
All right.
Can I ask you a question? So, you always talk about how God is so good because this was manifestation 101. But my question to you, so I am currently.
I'm not a real big fan of manifestation because a lot of times people think that they manifest means that they can manifest things and not put in any work. So if we're going to talk about God, I think that God says you need to do everything in the natural and in the supernatural. Boom. So you got to do everything in the natural as well, which is prepare yourself to be in the right position. You can't just be, I'm going to be just giving it to God and I'm just going to do what I want and then everything is going to happen and I'm going to manifest a good man. Not how it works.
Has his own place. I have my own place. I'm full-time employed. He owns a lounge that's about 40 minutes away from where I stay. Should I, having the kind of man that I have, leave my job to work for him? It's been 2 years. You kind of say that a woman who wants to be with a man lifelong should be okay with working for him. And I'm okay with that. But at the same time, it's kind of like, what about this? Yeah.
Has he offered to hire you?
He would love for me to be full-time there. That's what he...
So what is the problem? What is the problem? See, I see now why the dude hasn't dropped on a knee. I'm not going to drop on a knee and marry somebody that lives 40 minutes away from my job. No, I am just putting together a couple things. She stayed 40 minutes away from the job because the job is probably closer than him because she would easily said he lives 40 minutes away from me. Like if the job is here and she's here, there's no way he lives here because she would have said he lives 30 minutes from me. It wouldn't have been the job. So I assume the job is here at 40 minutes and he's somewhere on the other side of it. Well, he's about an hour away from you. You have your own place. He has your own place. In the past 2 years, you've learned to be an independent liver, which is why people need to get married and get secure in these things while they're young. You're not an independent liver when you're living at home with your parents. You go to college, you get married, you still not learn to be an independent liver. But now she got her own place. She's doing her own thing. She's doing this. She's doing all that. She's independent. This guy would love for her to be able to work in his business. So I would take on an asset to me, not somebody who is so independent that they won't see a good thing when it's there in front of them. No, I don't want to have to depend. The people do this for security just in case things go south. So if you already have that mindset going on, just be done with it. The other part that I'm thinking is, work for the guy. It's the money. The green is going to be the green regardless. Work for the guy. Show yourself that you will be on his page and on his program, and you probably would have gotten a ring already. That's just my thoughts.
Wants for me, but I guess I'm just comfortable in having my own. But I know that I have to work into it. So would you say that I should quit my job and go work with him full time?
If I saw this video, I wouldn't want to propose to her anyways. She's already going to be difficult. I already need to see that I have things of my own. You shouldn't have to come to another person, another man. Well, she could have figured out. She could have figured out this information from someone else. She's coming to Kevin Samuel's platform asking him, and I'm almost guaranteeing that I haven't seen this one that he would be saying that, if this is something that the husband wanted or the man that you wanted to marry wanted, why are we even having this discussion? This is just me. Maybe I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll address it at the end. I'm pretty sure I know where this is going to go.
Well, not you should do what you're doing. Go ahead and lose it.
Do what you're doing, you're going to lose him.
What do you mean? You don't want to lose it?
No.
So do something different.
So why are you asking if you already know the answer?
That's insanity. If you're doing this, If you're continuing to doing the same thing over and over and over, and you're expecting a different outcome, it's not going to happen. But he's throwing opportunities into her for her to show that she's going to be on his level. See, is this fit, feminine, cooperative, and submissive, and childless? I don't know about the kids yet. Feminine, I don't know if she's feminine yet or not. She hasn't been rude. She hasn't went crazy. She's just kind of modern. Is she fit? She doesn't look bad at all. Cooperative, should be on his page with this. Submissive is working for him, will still have him in a leadership situation to where a lot of people get scared of that. What if things get bad? What if he fires me? Well, if things get bad and he fires you, you find another job. But if things do not get bad, you can secure your marriage. People spend too much time living in fear.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, yeah, I guess, yeah, I hear you.
My question is, why is it taking so long? How old is he?
He is 14 years my senior.
Just say how old he is. 40?
Why don't you just answer the question directly?
Oh.
Yeah, see, this is difficult. Cooperative, this is difficult. Just answer direct question. How old is he? 14 years my senior, which makes me go back and say, I think you were 24 or 26. Now I gotta just 40. And if he's 40 years old and he's not married you yet and he's been with you for 2 years, he ain't gonna marry you. If he's owning his own business, and I can see Kevin's reaction. And that's how you feel when you ask a direct question, just like,
He's 40.
I mean, understand, you're talking to an audience. We celebrate our second Valentine's, 2 years. 14 years my senior, 40. So are you just a naturally talkative person?
No, I'm just like an all kind of sorta. But
I'm just saying, it's always easier to err on the side. So he wants you to come work for him.
Yes.
Full time. Why hasn't he put a ring on your finger?
He always
About
talks
to get
about
real.
how he's going to, and he has plans of doing that. You know,
Why hasn't he put a ring on your
tough
finger?
time is getting close.
Why hasn't he put a ring on your finger?
I can't answer that.
He owns a lounge.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a home.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a car.
he's in a position to have
That means he works
employees.
at Subway who can find an engagement ring.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he put a ring on your finger?
See, that's how I'll talk to my daughter. Right there. We're not going to play delusional. If you're going to be delusional, you'll be fine. I'm going to be honest with you. Why hasn't he done this? There's people who are married at Walmart, McDonald's, Wendy's, Subway. This is a businessman with a home. He cannot find himself in his way into a jewelry store. It's a choice, and he's just choosing not to make it for whatever his reasons are. But she has in her head, oh, he's going to, and this dude just isn't.
It's about time. I mean, he talks about how he really wants to do it, and how he pictures me being his wife, and how he's like so grateful to God that I came in his life.
Why do you keep saying that like it makes a difference?
I guess I'm just trying to answer your question.
Doesn't answer nothing, honey.
That is not an answer. He hasn't put a ring on my finger because he doesn't need to.
Doesn't need to.
What would make a man need to? I mean, what does that mean? Sorry.
Because he wants to. I mean, does he have any kids?
Yeah.
Has he ever been married?
No, he hasn't.
How many kids does he have?
3.
How many different mothers?
1. Just 1.
How long were they together?
Like, I mean, the oldest one is like 12.
Oh, dag.
How long were they together?
Yeah, like 12 to 15 years.
And he didn't marry her.
You think he's going to marry you.
He didn't.
But another woman.
But he also told me she never talked about marriage.
Another woman had 1, 2, 3 children with this man. and was with him for 12 to 15 years, and he didn't put a ring on her finger.
And you think you're going to get one?
And she did a far more than quit her job. She produced 1, 2, 3 kids and never got a ring. You've been around for 2 Valentine's days. He ain't gonna marry you.
2 Valentine's.
So I guess there's just the marrying type and the not.
Yeah, he ain't gonna marry you. And I love how he went in there and spoke in her language. He been with you for 2 Valentine's days instead of just being like 2 years. But you know that's what she understands apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm wondering why you looked at a man who has 3 children by a woman and he never married her, thinking he's going to put a ring on your finger.
I asked all the questions.
I don't care. No.
Yeah,
Man,
see.
I don't care what you ask.
Why you
I
thought
care
that
what
this
you
was
do.
going to happen?
Why did you even let this get past 30 days?
Oh my god.
Oh my God! How tall are you?
There we go.
5'4".
5'4".
What size?
Like 4, 5.
Okay, you small.
How
You
much
ain't a
you weighed
4
last time
5.
you weighed yourself?
She got a full face and hands.
136.
That,
Yeah.
put the hand up.
He saw the hand too. Hold on, look.
That.
Yeah, he's looking at that.
All right.
My nails.
Ma'am,
He said, dude.
if this were a job,
Oh,
and somebody, let's say they had a job and they never got promoted to the next level. 12 or 13 years. Would you say they're good at their job?
no.
I mean, if they stuck around that long, they were good at their job, but I guess
No,
they're
They stayed at the same level. They're not good. They just got employed. See,
Yeah.
the woman that came before you, have you ever talked to her?
She has reached out to me in negative ways.
What was the question I asked you?
No, I haven't. I haven't
What
talked
happened to talk to?
because there hasn't been any situations for positive interaction.
Right. But her 3 kids are around you.
No way.
Huh.
You never met the kids.
Because I told him I don't want to unless we're married.
Oh,
You've never met these children.
Yeah, I haven't.
this lady. See, fathers, it's important. It's kind of sad, man. 2 years wasted with somebody. You haven't met their kids, and he lives. His business is 40 minutes away. This lady has reached out to you in a negative interaction. I mean, negative can be subjective. If the lady's telling you that he's not worth anything and he's not going to do this and giving you some history, I mean, maybe it's not so negative. Maybe it's more honest. I've known people who stuck beside bad situations and reversed it on their families who've tried to be there for them. I mean, negative is very, very, very subjective. And a lot of people like to think, if you're not on my same page, and then people get on all these quotes and memes. If people surround yourself with like-minded people, what if you think like trash and you surround yourself by people who think like trash? I mean, you should just say surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with people who want to grow. But I'm off topic. Kevin looked like he's about done with it too.
That's my choice, though. Okay.
Jeez. I wonder if he's going to ask, are your parents married?
Been with a dude
Or what does your
for
father
2
think?
years with kids. You'd be a stepmother before a wife, and you've never even met these children?
Yeah, the idea that I'm going to have marriage before I meet your kids is unreal. Like I said, I see why he's got his issues and she does too. My goodness. She's just not thinking good. You have not met the kids. I mean, I can't even wrap my head around that. What if these kids are horrible? What if your kids you don't want to be step parents too? This is a logical thing with men. It's the same thing I've stated in the other videos. Men can decide whether or not they want to be with a woman with kids, and a woman should be able to decide the same thing. However, if I meet you and we're great, and I meet you and you got these bad kids and these kids running your house and this and the other, and I already know that off the jump I'm not going to be in a position to where I can discipline these kids like they're mine. This is a deal breaker. Bad kids, no, it's a deal breaker. And then in today's society, if you had a daughter, no way, I'm not even touching. You had a daughter, no way, I'm even touching it. Because the first thing I need is any kind of accusation, any kind of comment, anything that seems weird. Now, I've lived in situations, I've been in situations where crazy stuff has happened too, which I completely understand it, and I understand that. But for example, we've had peeping Toms at our house. We've had people, just do things that they weren't supposed to. And I understand all that's real, but the last thing I need, like for example, I'm here with my biological daughter. I walk into her room and I knock on her door. If she's not dressed appropriate, I'll say, hey, I got to check this out in your room. I'm going to come back when you get some clothes on. But as soon as I see her, I turn and I do my thing. I don't want to be in a position like that with somebody else's daughter that I have to explain. Even now, at my daughter's age, I tell my wife, don't have none of her little friends come over here and think they're going to get into the pool if you're not home. I'm not going to be in that situation. But to not meet them at all, these kids?
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Yeah, obviously you don't have dad in life, right?
No.
I don't have a dad in my life?
Huh?
No, I definitely did have a dad in my life. He passed away like 3 years ago.
Well, he's not been around since this shit started.
No, nothing to do with
Would your
this.
dad allow you to do this?
Yeah, I think he'd be happy because me and the guy come from like the same country, the same
Your
tribe.
dad would be happy for this. Your dad need his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Man, this man ain't gonna marry you, and you ain't gonna marry him. Why would you marry somebody and you ain't even met the kids you're gonna be the stepmother to? You haven't talked to the woman because honestly, in ways you most probably don't want to hear, she probably gonna tell you some shit about this man you already know that you don't want to deal with. So you go ahead and lie to yourself and live in this fantasy world and all the shit he's gonna do, and you wake up and be 30 and be 50 pounds heavy, and then wonder what happened to my youth. You tricked it away.
Daggone right.
He ain't marrying you. He didn't marry the chick that had 3 kids. She was more committed than you are.
I mean, isn't it just hard having these conversations with people? I've had these conversations with people. I've known people who've been dating for 15 years, multiple kids talking about we're getting married. No, you're not. You don't have to say that because you think that's what I want to hear. I know the truth. It's not going to happen. And if you think it's going to happen, there's 2 things here. Either you think that I'm stupid, which is offensive, or you're delusional, man. Like, what kind of freaking witchcraft is this to where somebody thinks that this is still what's going to happen? And then once you do that, and then once this finally falls apart, then what? You're older. You've had multiple kids, and then there's an effect that having multiple kids typically has on people. Everybody does not have a child and lose the baby weight. So then eventually you're going to have multiple kids be out there. You're going to have multiple, it's hopefully not multiple baby daddies. You're going to have a horrible situation that you're in, and then you're going to expect a new guy to just come pick you up with more kids, more weight, but now your standards have changed because men are trash. I mean, jeez.
Hear you.
Do you?
I do.
So we talk about it all the time. What do you talking to him about marriage have to do with anything?
Nothing.
Why hasn't he carried his ass down to K Jewelers and bought it? Because he don't want to marry you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He don't.
Now what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to journal, pray, talk to my higher spirit, decide what's next.
Yeah, in other words, I'm
Stay where I'm at.
Right here. Because of sunken cost fallacy, and I'm going to waste another 2 or 3 years.
Journal and
when
pray.
the shit ends up the way it already is, I'm going to be a bitter 30-year-old saying men ain't.
No, I believe in the power of manifestation, and I told you,
I don't
Kevin.
want to hear that.
This
God,
is
no, you're not going to put that on my God. My God ain't never said nothing about manifestation. He said faith without works is dead. You new wave Christians with your wannabe belief system doesn't line up with the word. Don't put that on my God.
I like that. Yeah, faith without works is dead. Everything in the natural and in the supernatural, you have to do your part. I'm saying you can say that God's going to do the miracles. God is going to bless me with the miracle is going to be, people like to have materialistic miracles, which are kind of crazy, right? Hey, kind of crazy. I mean, just numbers, right? There's more men and women on the planet. There's more women than men on the planet. So everybody isn't going to have somebody. Just throwing that out there. But you have Dad's going to be like, okay, God's going to give me this chiseled bod, but yet I'm just going to wake up with it one day. I'm not going to exercise. I'm not going to eat right. I'm not going to do anything. I am just going to manifest this bod, and I'm going to pray. I mean, this is what she's saying. This dude is giving her all kinds of red flags, and this man who knows what he's talking about is definitely giving her some knowledge, and she's wanting to still not hear it. And I've been in these situations with people. It's sad to see where it goes, especially when you know them. Now, I'm finally getting on just Facebook and the YouTube and having a platform to be able to talk to people, but my goodness.
You came to the right one.
Okay.
Where is it in the Bible? It says manifest. What are you manifesting with to do this? 40 years old. Why is he dealing with you at 26 if he doesn't want to make an honest woman out of you? Why was he 38 and you were 24 if he wasn't planning on marrying you anyway? Because you didn't require it, because you were whatever. You ain't even met these kids, and the kids are what, 12 years old? You ain't a mother no way. So you don't want to meet these kids because you ain't serious. So he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. You equally as complicit. And I bet you if you had the balls to sit down or the guts to sit down and talk to that other woman, she'd tell you, girl, run. But you don't want to hear that.
No, but that's what I needed to hear. And I'm listening.
I don't know if she's listening or not.
Ladies, if you sit back and want, this is why a conversation like this had, why men, dating is dumb. This is why dating is dumb. Because when women decide to latch onto a man, y'all waste all your time. And because it doesn't work out, the next guys that come along got to deal with your emotional damage.
Okay. Thank you for your time. I hear you.
Y'all need to go ahead and break up.
Okay. Thank you,
Go ahead
Kevin.
and break up with him so he can. Bye-bye.
I hear. If anything, I'll sit down with her and thanks. Okay.
Go ahead and break up. Bye-bye. Ain't easy to hear, but you need to hear it.
Bye. Thanks.
Emotional damage. Seriously, man. Ladies, you don't talk to men about wanting to get married. You just tell a man that you want to be married and you're dating with the intent to be married. If you don't mind, if you don't have a problem wasting your time, because just like women weaponize the possibility, men can weaponize the possibility of a relationship.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. And the final thing that he stated that I fully agree with it is women, you don't really have to talk to a man about marriage. A man's going to marry you if he's going to marry you. And once again, I've stated in the other videos, your encouragement for certain things is not going to get you the outcome that it wants. Either it's going to come off as nagging, but it's not going to come off as helpful. That's first. Secondly, if a man wants to marry you, he's going to marry you. It doesn't matter if he gets a small ring or a big ring. The man's going to make the decision that he's going to marry you. Also, you just don't have to say anything about that. I mean, when you start having to talking a guy into getting married, I mean, what you can do is let him know that I intend to be married within X, Y, and Z. And you set your own date in your head. If he hasn't proposed to me in a year and a half, this isn't going anywhere. So basically, your last ditch effort would be to maybe state, but you want to get, you can talk about maybe you want to get married in the future, but not put it into we're having discussions about marriage and he's still not following through with it. But when you made a certain date, you just call it quits. You don't waste all your youth. My goodness, if my daughter was dating somebody from 22, if I know that there's a significant concern over her being single and what her competition is going to be at 29, 30. Okay. So at 30 years old, it's, it might be a challenge, right? Some people can get it. Some people are beautiful. That's fine. No problem. However, if at 21 and 22, she's wasting time. She's in a relationship 24, 26, she's wasting some time. Now all of a sudden she's 27, 28. I'm like, look, something's not clear about what's going on here. Because you shouldn't be dating these people this long anyways. And if they don't have the intention, you should be able to figure this out well prior. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up and close this one up. If you like this kind of content, stay tuned to the next video. Right here is going to be 2 of them that I uploaded recently. And enjoy my content. Share my content, and we'll help this channel grow.